welcome to the Indie Music Plus featured artist interview that we do every week on Blab, live at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time. I am owner and founder of Indie Music Plus, JoJo Keys, sitting here with Mr. Ben Cote of the Ben Cote Band. How are you doing tonight?
Great. How you doing? Thanks so much for having me.
Good, man. Yeah, you bet. And I only know how old you are because we've been talking, but so you're in college, but you look like you're 14. I'm sure you get that a lot.
Yeah.
Maybe not 14.
I'm 21, so I'm legal.
Yeah, I was actually watching a video on an interview that you're doing with a radio station recently, and that was what it was.
Yeah.
So you're like, yeah, I'm 21.
Yeah.
Cool. So I always ask, like, the first question I always ask generally is, what is your band about? Like, where did you guys come from? What are you doing? Where are you going? Give us a little overview.
For us, it's just rock and roll. I mean, I started playing guitar when I was 14, and then throughout high school, I was always forming bands and kind of trying to find all different musicians to play with and jam with and just learn as much as I can. I've always been influenced by guys like, Aerosmith and Guns N' Roses, Van Halen, all the classic hard rock. So,
you guys see me?
Hear me? Oh, there's Sam. Sam's here now.
Sorry, I was having some technical difficulties over here.
Continue, Ben.
I met up with Sam a couple years ago. We were playing in an old band together called Temerius. And when that band kind of split up, the singer we had at the time left to go move to Chicago to go to college there. Then the bass player we had left and did a solo thing. So at that point, we're like, well, let's do something new, to stay together. So I kind of picked up singing as well as being the guitar player. So Sam was the one who said, well, if you're singing and playing guitar, why don't we call it the Ben Cote Band? So we did that, and we went through several bass players, the past, year into it. And we finally, I met Max at Berkeley. He's another Berkeley student. He fit right in musically and personality-wise. So we've been going strong with him now and playing wherever we can. And so we're just trying to kind of bring back that kind of classic, hard rock sound. I mean, there really isn't too many rock bands kind of our age that do what we do. So,
Ben, you obviously have some musical training because you're going to Berkeley. How about Sam? Do you just bang on the drums, or do you, have training?
When I was younger, I had like some basic snare drum lessons from an instructor for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then basically I was like, okay, this is cool and everything, but like Led Zeppelin, The Who, Van Halen, I want to play that stuff. So I pretty much fell in love with YouTube tutorials at that point and just started rocking out as much as I possibly could.
So you guys are partners then? You guys are the ones that have been together for a while, like you're saying, Ben? Was that you?
Oh, yeah.
Was that what you're saying?
Me and Ben have been the consistent.
Together?
We have burnt through bass players like there's no tomorrow.
That's how it goes. Trust me, from a guy that's been doing this my entire life, it's like bass players are hard to find, really hard, like good bass players are really, really hard to find. And singers are always hard to work with. People that only sing, they're always really hard to work with.
That's why there's no
unless they've had
singer in our band. we all sing.
Yep, it's better that way.
Exactly.
So much better that way.
So let's go ahead and listen to one of your tunes. Is this your single, or is this like a song, the main song that you're pushing? Hollywood
lately,
Angel?
That's kind of been the main song we've been pushing. That's been the one I think has been doing the best. It's kind of our pop song.
Cool. Yeah, I was listening to it a little bit earlier. So, this is Hollywood Angel by the Ben Cote Band.
Fun. I saw you on the TV screen. tough, but you gotta believe. Hollywood angel, she's queen of this town. Hollywood angel, silver lights shining down. Hollywood angel.
All right, and that's Hollywood Angel by the Ben Cote Band. Sitting here with Ben Cote and Sam Mogul. So why don't you guys tell me about that tune? You said that's the one you're pushing. Is there a girl that was your Hollywood Angel or anything?
I wrote this song when I was 16. It wasn't really about any particular girl, I guess. It's kind of well, the story was I just got my wisdom teeth taken out.
It's about a particular girl.
Yeah, I guess I said my wisdom teeth taken out, so it's kind of all hopped up on the painkillers and everything. So I had this kind of simple chord progression I was kind of playing around with, and I had the lyrics like for the chorus Hollywood Angel because like kind of cliche kind of hook, the kind of good for a kind of pop song. And I was still working on lyrics on the chorus, and David Letterman was on. It was that night, and Emma Stone was his guest. This was like 5 years ago. So yeah, this is basically kind of written about her and kind of the whole kind of glamour of like the whole Hollywood scene, kind of the distance between celebrities and nobodies, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be too I'm not trying to be like philosophical. It's not like one of those kind of songs. It's kind of more harmony, melody driven.
Well, I'm sure you take a lot of philosophy at Berkeley, right?
Yeah. Yeah, some of my lyric writing classes can be pretty in depth with that stuff, but I don't try to get too caught up in that.
So I have a couple of friends that went to Berkeley. I don't know how many actually graduated, but why don't you tell me a little bit about that experience, man? Because that's something that all musicians want to do at some point. Like Sam was like, I wish, and I was, when I was playing at schools, that was an option, of course. But why don't you tell me about that experience? How's that going for you? You're almost done,
Good.
Right?
I'm a sophomore right now. Because
Okay.
what happened was in high school, I got accepted to Berkeley, and I got accepted to Musicians Institute out in Hollywood.
Uh-huh.
And Berkeley gave me the option to defer my acceptance for a year. So I figured I'd do that, and because I wanted to go out to Musicians Institute because I wanted to move out to Hollywood. So they were really kind of pushing the fact that, we're in Hollywood, we have all these connections to the music industry, come out here. So at the time, that seemed like, the place to be. So I went out there for a semester, and the school was not very challenging. It's kind of like, as long as you sign the check, they'll let you in. And there's kids there.
Sure.
Yeah, so after a semester, I transferred to Berkeley. That's why I'm kind of like a little bit, I guess, technically behind. So
Yeah.
I should be a junior now. But yeah, it was Berkeley, like right from the get-go, was really challenging, and as soon as you get in there, I mean, obviously, like, you used to have all these really elite jazz musicians, and I've never been a jazz guy. I've been the rock guy and blues guy.
Yeah.
So at first, it's kind of intimidating, and it's kind of trying to be able to balance out kind of all the information that they're giving you, and at the same time still kind of try to keep your musical identity.
Of course.
Take the information they're giving to you and be able to use it in a creative way that will benefit you as a musician. So it's really been a lot of work with kind of honing in on your chops with all aspects. Like I was telling you, I'm taking piano classes, singing classes. I could never read music before I went to Berkeley because I was always, kind of learned everything. I mean, I took lessons when I was in high school, but I just kind of took lessons to learn how to play and stuff, and I was learning from basically playing in bands, so I didn't really have kind of a formal, I guess, like kind of music reading, jazz, classical bass.
Important things in my mind as a piano teacher, and this is a piano guy who can improvise and learn any song on the radio pretty much. It's the fundamentals, man. The fundamentals are key in the beginning, because if you skip the fundamentals in the beginning and then you actually want to kind of get serious about it later, it's like twice as hard almost.
Oh, absolutely.
So true.
Doing what you're doing, because you'll get there. It's just you just didn't start when you're 8,
Right, yeah, because when I was learning, even back in high school, I knew all the scales, I knew all the modes, I knew the theory. I just wasn't literate with it. I could tell you any note on the fretboard. It was just kind of being able to connect. All right, C note is that written down, and kind of a lot of it was that the rhythm's written down, but the hardest part.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, at this point now, I can read and write music, so it's
Cool.
helped me out a lot.
So Sam,
Yes.
tell us about yourself. What are you up to, man? Do you have a job? Are you going to school? Are you a gangster? What are you doing?
All right, I've just been doing some landscaping,
All right.
and besides that, I pretty much fill my free time with practicing the drums. I also play the bass as well, just for my own fun and leisure, because once about 8:30, 9 o'clock rolls around, the neighbors don't want to hear any more Zeppelin and Rush. So
I wonder why.
I'll pick up the bass, and I love just putting on like disco and just trying to play along to the bass line. So James Jamerson is like amazing, absolutely incredible. I love that stuff. I don't even care about that. I have no shame when it comes to it. On the way to the gym, I am blasting Chic and KC and the Sunshine Band to get myself pumped up. I love that stuff.
Hell yeah.
Rhythm.
I was a big fan of it. I actually played in a lot of wedding bands and cover bands and stuff for like 10, 15 years and played plenty of that stuff, I'll tell you what.
It's really like you just want to move. Do it. And
it's good. The musicality is really good too. The musicality is always really good on it.
Yep. And like for groove ability on the bass and the drums, it's really, disco is all about the rhythm. So it's very distant, steady grooves that are happening. That's pretty much how I got my 16th note fastbat.
Of course.
Fatbat pops was from, playing along to disco tunes, and
of course.
Love it.
So we'll listen to one more tune and we'll chat for another minute or two and then I'll let you guys go. All right?
Thank you so much again for having us on here.
Definitely, dude. My pleasure. Fun to hang out with you. Ben, you introduced the song.
Oh, all right. This is Horseshoes and Hand Grenades off of our debut EP, Order Up.
So let me pick you up. I sold my soul for rock and roll 'cause I thought it was just a game. Lights went out of the sky, turned red, it's never been the same. Don't you know that you're the finest girl around? Just give it a nine, babe. We'll tear up this old town. Take off your horseshoes and hand grenades. Lock the door, baby, close the shed. Don't you know it's getting late? Break out and make it last. All on tight, don't look back. Keep your foot on the gas. Met a girl at the show last night. I fell in love again. She came to see my band.
Yeah, guys, that tune totally rocks. Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. What the hell is that all about?
That one wasn't really. That started more as a jam, and then I was kind of wrote the lyrics, and to kind of go along. It was more riff, guitar, drums, bass than lyrical. But
yeah. Now it started off. We were literally just jamming to that in my basement, and like as we were jamming to it, all of a sudden we were like, oh wait, we need to like throw some stops in there with the cymbal. Like we just assembled it into a song and arranged it out of just from jamming. That was fun. That was cool.
Beautiful thing, isn't it?
Yes, it really is.
And it's something you'll never forget. And you won't. It's not like you won't do it again either.
True. Right. That again with Perfect Sin.
Yeah, and then Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. That was actually the original single off the EP when we did it this past summer, and there's a music video for it as well on our YouTube channel.
Cool.
So we did a professional music video for it.
Sure. Awesome. So, what is in the future for you guys? What are your plans? I mean, obviously you want to graduate.
Right. but I mean, just gonna keep doing what we're doing. We have a lot of gigs coming up. We're going back in the studio again in June to record. Hopefully, at least another EP, if not a full-length album. We have a lot of new material written that we've been kind of getting nice and ready on the road. Whenever we write a new song, we like to gig it a few times first and make changes to it as needed.
And after being, naive and unprepared and going to a studio the first time, this next time around, now we have had the time to work on the things that we were not so prepared for last time. So I think it'll be a whole lot better, a whole lot smoother, and just we'll be able to accomplish more with our time there.
Sure. And you don't know until you know. It's like...
Right. We've never been in a real studio like that before, and we've just been a band that's, has played live. So we never all played to a click track all at the same time in the same room before. So that was the hardest thing, right? And it's the whole opened up a whole new world for us that we're very, very new to. But now I think we got a little more experience under our belts. I mean, not still new at this, still young and new, but
welcome to the world of recording where everybody plays.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So we're gonna be going back in the studio. Hopefully, late summer or early fall will be the next record release, and we have a lot of shows coming up this summer, playing all over Massachusetts, and I'm trying to book a few more shows coming up, and hopefully in Connecticut, New Hampshire, maybe New York. I don't know. Trying to push out a little bit.
It'll happen. Just be consistent. Keep writing new songs. Don't get stale. Always be good to your fans, and they'll keep following you. Basically, is what it is. So. Cool, guys. Well, it's awesome to hang out with you. Thank you very much for spending a little bit of time on your Thursday night. I know you probably have a lot of homework to do, Ben, right?
Oh, yeah. I got all of it done for this, so.
Damn, get out there and cut some grass, man. No.
Yeah, I just need to get my Z's tonight, and I'll be good.
Yeah, it's summertime. It's getting warm up there now, so you...
I got the farmer's tan going on. It's pretty nice.
Yeah, yep. You're going to be double buffed by the end of the summer, too.
Yeah, I hope so.
So, guys, if I was telling Ben earlier, we do our podcast every Sunday night here on Blab. And we started at 9:30, I think, is what we have landed on. And if you guys want to join us sometime, hang out. We do a musicians roundtable afterwards, where we talk about topics that affect indie musicians. So it can be anything. So thanks for hanging out, guys. And this is our featured artist interview with the Ben Cote Band. I'm sitting here with Ben Cote and Sam Mogul. And you guys check out Ben Cote Band. We'll see you next week.
All right. Thank you so much again for having us. This was an awesome time.